Hello, hello. I am back with day number 6 of my 10-day vlog challenge. Today we are going to be looking back at some of the old videos from my YouTube channel. These are mostly from 2010, but I have some as far back as 2008, and I just wanted to show you guys some of these. I forgot how much I used to post on YouTube. And I've had a lot of fun looking back down this rabbit hole, seeing my old opinions from over a decade ago and just how much things have changed. So let's dive right in and look at video number 1.
Hello, I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to talk about. I didn't plan this out. This is all off the top of my head, so it doesn't come out good. Don't know what to say. I had a cross-country meet. I did pretty well. I was running, and my knee was hurting a little bit. Got 6th place in the race. 6th place in the race! But yeah, I feel like I could have done better if my knee wasn't so bad. So I ran out yesterday, 7 miles. It was fine. Sort of. Kind of hurt. And then I ran on it 2 miles today. And it was kind of swelling all day. But yeah. Basically, when I'm talking to my coach about it tomorrow, it's going to be sort of like this. I'm stronger. I don't think I can run today because my knee is kind of hurting. What? Yeah, it's kind of swollen. No!
I just wanted to interject here and say that it's really sad the amount of pressure that I put onto myself at this point in my life. If you're young or even older at any age and you get injured, give yourself the time that you need to heal. It's okay to stop and take a break. Don't let the pressure mount so much that you actually hurt yourself in the process, worse than what's already going on.
Yeah. But I don't really know what to say. This is kind of my first video blog. Please comment, rate, and click the yellow button. It says subscribe. That side. That side. I'll have to figure that out. Thank you for watching. Peace. 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 Peace.
So at the end of every video that I show you guys, I'm going to show you 5 videos. I'm going to do a brief kind of wrap up, my thoughts on the video. I just wanted to say that this one was really cute. This was one of the first videos I ever edited, and I remember thinking to myself, like, that I had to make all the fun jump cuts and make it just like all the other YouTubers that I loved to watch at the time. And I think that it came out really cute, and it just reminds me how much my knee injury has impacted my life looking back. But I was so lighthearted about it then, and I grew to be so serious about it over time. So it's nice to kind of see how gentle I was with myself then, and it reminds me to be that way still now. So let's go on to video number 2. This one is hilarious, and I was laughing so hard when I was editing it. I hope that you guys enjoy and laugh as well. Let's watch it.
Hey guys, I look like absolute death right now. I know that my face is kind of pale, but yeah, I just got ACL reconstruction surgery done on my knee. I'll show you. That is the big, huge brace I have, and this tube right there that's putting ice onto my leg. And yeah, it kind of sucks because I am out of it. I'm on Percocet right now to kill the pain, and it's working pretty well. Surgery was quick, I guess. I mean, the guy told me that surgery would be kind of like a time portal. You would get knocked out and then you wake up like right, like no time passed at all, which is kind of how it was. And yeah, I don't know. I feel kind of weird right now. I got it done on Thursday though, and it's Saturday now, so it's only been 2 days. Feels like it's been forever because time just goes by super slow. And yeah, if any of you guys have ever gotten this surgery done, or you know anybody who has, if you could let me know how their recovery was, I'd really appreciate it, just so I could have an idea of how long I'm going to be in the pain and all this stuff. Like, I've talked to my doctor, my sister got this surgery done, but I'd like to see other people's experiences and stories as well. Sorry I look so terrible, but it's kind of hard to look so good after a few days of not showering and just being on pain medication and being post-surgery, What can I do? My lips are super chapped and I'm kind of out of it. But one more look at the leg. There it is. There's my toes. Yeah, kind of sucks. But
Okay, I hope I didn't let you guys down with that one. That was so hilarious. I completely forgot about recording this video. I forgot that I recorded all these videos. Watching these back, I'm like, oh my God. It's so crazy how lost and forgotten this art form has become for me, but it's so amazing to be doing it again, and I hope that you guys laughed at that, because I certainly did. And let's go on to the next one. This, I am going to put a fair warning, is the beginning of a series of really controversial, offensive type of videos that I used to post. I have always been leaning on the side of not politically correct, letting people do and say whatever they want. And I was really in the camp of doing and saying whatever I wanted, but I have always wanted to remain a respectful person. So I eventually just stopped talking at all. But this is the first in what will be a couple of videos that have some mildly offensive type stuff. But it's 2020. I think we're beyond the age and the era of completely politically correct stuff. So hopefully that you guys enjoy this, and seeing an opinion from 2010 can maybe be more applicable to 2020 than we realized.
okay, so the request I got was to talk about relationships, lovers, friends, bonds. Somebody I know, are relationships overrated? Are they important? Where do I see myself? Are they good or bad? Can you trust someone 100%? How do you know if they're right for you? Where do you start? Okay, and this was asked by user SouthSun21. My view on relationships are that they are good. I mean, for the most part, relationships are good for people. I personally am not in a relationship right now, but that's my choice, and I don't feel like I need to be in a relationship because I've been single for my whole life. I've never been in a serious relationship, and that's the way I like it. But that's just me. I've had friends, of course I've had friends who have been in relationships, but a lot of my friends are in relationships right now and they love it. For the most part, I don't think relationships are overrated. I think that they're great if you find the right person. If you get in a stupid relationship just for being in a relationship, I know some people who constantly have to be in a relationship in order to be happy. It's kind of weird, They always have to be in a relationship in order to feel happy. Like, even if they don't care about the person, they're just like, I need somebody to be with. I always have to be with somebody. And it's kind of sad on the other person's behalf, because that person might genuinely like them when they don't genuinely like that person. You know what I mean? It's just kind of sketchy sometimes. So if you're in a relationship like that, if you're just in a relationship to be in a relationship rather than you're in a relationship because you genuinely care about the person, that's when it gets a little froggy for me. I've gone on the record to say that I could probably go my whole life without ever getting married, and I've gone on the record to say that I never want to have kids, just because I know personally that I wouldn't be the best mother in the world, and I know personally that I don't really want to have kids. Like, when I was a little kid, most little girls have their dolls and they're playing with them and stuff, but me, I never really did that. I always had different toys that I played with. When I did have dolls, I would rip their heads off, and I've just never been like the motherly type. But this is kind of straying from the topic. But anyways, can you ever trust somebody 100%? I think that yes, you can. It's hard to get there, but if you've been with somebody for long enough, and if you know that they're a genuine person, and if you know that they would never lie to you about anything, then yeah, I feel like you can trust somebody 100%. And I'm not a big fan of lying because I think that it's wrong, but there are certain cases where if you lie, it does help the person. Like sometimes you have to lie in order to help the other person. Like they'll be better off not knowing the truth than if they do know the truth. So I guess in a sense there can't be 100% trust, because it's virtually impossible to have 100% trust in any relationship with any person in the world, because it's impossible to never ever ever lie about anything, because that's just unrealistic. So I think you can get pretty close to 100% trust. And if the person's right for you if you constantly want to be with them, if you constantly feel like, wow, I miss this person, and you constantly have to be talking to them for an extended amount of time, because there's that little puppy love stage at first, when you first meet a person, when you first start liking them, you constantly want to talk to them, you constantly want to be with them, and all that. But if you feel that you want to be with them constantly for like a long time, like an extended amount of time, like for example, my sister and her boyfriend, they're in a long distance relationship, and every single time that she has the opportunity to be with him, she can be. And every single time she's not with him, she's on her phone talking to him, texting him, just because she really, really genuinely cares and loves him. And they've been together for 2 years. And same thing with my parents. My parents constantly miss each other, and they're constantly talking, and they've been together for almost 40 years. So, wow, that's weird to think. But yeah, they've been together for a long time, and they really, really, really care and love about each other. And that's when you know that you're in a real relationship. If you feel essentially like if that person was to be gone, a part of you would die too, Like, you have to be that devoted into a relationship with somebody. And that's about all the questions that I was asked about this topic.
So yeah, that was my video on relationships back in 2010, and it's pretty interesting watching this and realizing how this was like my most authentic version of myself in the way that I truly feel about relationships. And I went on a journey, despite saying all of this stuff in this video, of wanting to be in relationships, forcing myself to be in a relationship just to be in a relationship, and having to make all of the mistakes that led me to basically getting back to the point of realizing that I just prefer to be single and I like being on my own. And I'm glad that I knew it, but it's sad that I had to have it reconfirmed to me, and that I had to go through quite a bit in contrast to what I was talking about in this video in my life in relationships following this. But yeah, I haven't been in a relationship since 2015. I don't really have much of an interest in being in a relationship again, but yeah, who knows, that definitely could change, and I'm not going to be so absolute about it the way that I thought that I was back then. So let's move along to the next video. This one is definitely even more offensive than the last one. I am going to be talking about religion in this. So if you're not in the mood for hearing about a 19-year-old's opinion on religion, then you can just skip over the next couple minutes. But I do really recommend that if you're still watching this, to watch all the way to the end or skip forward to the part at the end, because it's really, really good. It's really hilarious, and it's my favorite part of this video. So let's take a look at my 19-year-old opinions on religion. Bye.
The topic that I was suggested was to talk about religion and the pros and cons about it. So, my pros for religion are that I feel like it's a great outlet for people to, relieve themselves of that burden of, wow, I did something terrible or I did something wrong. I mean, that shouldn't necessarily make you feel like, okay, I went to church, now everything's completely okay. But at least it can help people feel a little bit better about whatever they did wrong. And I guess another pro is that it brings people together as a community, because I know that the people at my school in college and the people at my school in high school, they all really stayed together as a community. Those who went to church together, and those who knew each other because of their religion, or who related because they were part of the same religion. They might have not gone to the same church necessarily, but for the fact that they were Christian or, Mormon or Muslim or whatever, they were friends because of that, because they could relate. But other than that, I really don't have that much good to say about religion, because personally I'm atheist, and I have been atheist for as long as I can remember. I have gone to church a lot in my life. I mean, I'm not going to say I've gone a ton, but I have been to church quite a few times in my life. It's usually been Protestant, non-denominational churches. A few times I've gone to Baptist churches and Orthodox churches. For the most part, it's been non-denominational, which I think if I was to go Christian, that would probably be the route I would take, because I feel like it's the least extreme of all of the religion. And that's a lot of the reason why I don't like religion that much, because I feel like it is a little bit extreme at certain cases, like the fact that you can base your life and all your ideals and your morals off of a book doesn't really make that much sense to me. I know that it's a powerful book, but for the fact that all of these ideals and all of these morals and all of these things are coming out from a book, just because this book is the Bible doesn't really, in my opinion, make it any different than any other book. I've really tried to bring Christianity and religion into my life, but it's just been very difficult for me with the way that I think, because I am just more of a rational thinker, and since there's not really any physical proof or evidence of any of the things from the Bible, with religion, it's just a touchy subject. And another one of the cons that I've come up with is the fact that a lot of religious people are closed-minded to a lot of things. I mean, I'm not stereotyping all people, so please don't get mad at me and yell at me and scream at me for any of these things I'm saying, but I'm just saying that a lot of the people that I find that are Caucasian and religious tend to be sort of racist. They kind of tend to be white, like not white supremacists, but more inclined to want to hang out with white people or associate themselves with white people. And when it comes to hanging out with people of other ethnicities, they kind of seem to be shut off towards it. This isn't just black people or like Mexican people. This is like Asian people, of course, Middle Eastern people. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a big gateway to why white people like to be with each other and hang out and stuff. I don't know if this is a good argument, but it's just what I've noticed, my own observations. And my last, probably my biggest con is their inacceptance of gay people, because I have a lot of gay friends. Yeah, I feel like being gay is a natural thing that you're born with, and for the fact that Christian people and religious people in general tend to think that being gay is a choice, and they feel that being gay is like wrong or morally like impermissible or whatever. I just think it's absolutely terrible, and it just makes me, being an atheist, not want to associate myself with religious people even more, for the fact that they intolerate people just because they tend to like somebody of their own gender. Like, liking a man liking a man is really, I don't understand how it can be any different than a man liking a woman, or a woman liking a woman, because they're all human beings. When people try to compare it to a man liking an animal, it it's not, it doesn't make sense. When people say like, oh, if they legalize marriage, why don't they just legalize a man marrying a cat? I mean, it's a man marrying a human being versus a man marrying a completely different species of animal. It's just ridiculous. Like, and the people, most of the people that are, yes, on Prop 8, or, that are fighting against gay marriage, are those that are associated more with religion.
And that was the face she made before she was so bitterly let down by the claws of life. No, I just wanted to say that this video was such a good reminder to me of my past and what I come from, who I am, how I'm such an animated, smart, outspoken person, and I really became a shell of that person for such a long time. But it's great to be coming out of my cage again, spreading my wings, letting myself fly free, and really reminding myself how funny and fun I can be. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this, and if you would like for me to do something like this again, I have plenty of old footage, so let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff so that I know that this is something that you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 7.